Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, comrades and friends, my name is Dr. Ian Phillips, and today I want to show you an alleged conversation between Daniel Cormier and Eric Trump, whereby Eric Trump is asking for some insider information with respect to the UFC 250 event. Now, these posts have since been deleted by Daniel Cormier. Eric Trump has denied their existence, saying that they are completely fake. But when you look at the screenshots and the screen recordings of this post that people have had, then you can actually see the verification badges and whatnot. And so it makes you wonder, is this actually something that has been forged, or is this something that, people kind of have regrets on, or people are, trying to make us forget, right? Sime ceased to exist. Sime never existed. George Orwell, 1984. With that said, we're going to read it out, though. You guys can make up your own mind on this one. I'm not going to take an opinion here today, but I want to provide you with the evidence. So Daniel Cormier starts off and he says, quote, "I'm probably going to get a lot of flack for bringing this to light. However, I refuse to stay silent. The UFC is a sport that I am deeply passionate about. I will not tolerate this type of insider behavior. Shame on anyone trying to ruin this beautiful event." And then from there, he posts the screenshots. And the screenshots, again, look at the verification badge right there. Joined May 11th, 2009 at Eric Trump, view profile. Then again, there's the whole conversation thread. It says, "Hey, Daniel, I'll be attending UFC 250 tomorrow. Saw you were casting. Hope to see you there." Then Cormier is going to say, "Yo, Eric, didn't expect to DM from you. Excited to meet you and the family. Much love, brother." And then Eric Trump says, "Anything you can tell me about the fighters tomorrow? Who you got winning?" And then Cormier says, "Haha, I just stay unbiased, but I love watching Nicole fight." From there, he goes on to say, "You placing any bets?" Cormier says, "Nah, I'm actually not allowed to bet on any of the cards or anything." And then Eric Trump says, "Are any of the fighters injured that you know of?" And then Cormier says, "Well, I'm not quite sure why you're asking me this, but I think they're all in good shape." And then Eric Trump says, "I'll just cut to the chase. Right? Any of the fights tomorrow rigged. I've been eyeing the Lopes fight and think an upset wouldn't be too unrealistic. Money, money." And then money sign, money sign. And then Cormier says, "No, none of our fights rigged. And honestly, I am appalled that you would even ask me something like that." And so, Cormier is gonna, try to roast him for this online with his little tweet there, as you can see, right? And in addition to that, you can see here, we got Eric Trump is going to come out and deny this. And so he's going to say this is completely fake. I've never reached out to Daniel. In fact, this is scary. And this is, again, from, Sean O'Malley was calling this out here. It says, "I'm in a now deleted post by Daniel Cormier. Eric Trump DM'd him and asked him, 'Are any of the fights tomorrow rigged?'" So again, Sean O'Malley was calling this out. Now Eric Trump's going to quote that and say, "This is completely fake." It's like, well, how is that exactly fake if the verification badges are there? I mean, and like, what? He's just going to make fake, posts and he's going to post them online? I mean, maybe that's what Cormier is doing. But why would he do something like that? I don't understand it, right? To me, that makes absolutely no sense. And so, look, I'm not going to say I have an opinion one way or the other here. I'm just providing what the evidence is showing based on this whole debacle that's going down right now. But it really makes you question everything that's going on, and we don't always know about it. That's all I'll say. And so with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know whether or not you believe Eric Trump. I don't know whether or not you want to believe Cormier. I believe Cormier was even calling this out here. If you scroll down, he says his most recent tweet is, "Are people really this dumb?" You can see people posting the screenshots underneath it, right? So it makes you wonder here, who's right, who's wrong? Are we, saying that Sime ceased to exist, he never existed? Or are we saying that perhaps these are real? Who knows? I don't know. But with that said, guys, make up your own mind. Always do your own research. And my name is Dr. Ian Phillips. We'll talk to you later. Peace.